My name is Gary. My last name is Grossich, Grossich. Nickelodeon Pizza is a long-running pizza business. It was originally based here in Colton. It started in 1973, and I went to work for a person who became my business partner, Mr. Goodman, Bob Goodman. We started the first pizza parlor, which is actually called 20's Pizza, and that was across from San Bernardino Valley College on Mount Vernon. Vern Schaefer, who at that time owned Colton Piano. Vern was a very famous individual. He used to advertise on late night TV, his piano business. And he approached my father and I and my business partner and said, we would love for you guys to open a Roaring 20's at the old Movie Land Frontier Town. The only problem is you can't call it Roaring 20's because we're going all Old West, and we want it to be kind of like a Knott's Berry Farm, and Roaring 20's doesn't go with the Old West. So during that period of time, Bob and I went to Knott's Berry Farm, and there was an area there called the Roaring 20's area. I believe it's still there. And in the Roaring 20's area was a arcade, and it was called the Buffalo Nickel Arcade. And on the front of the arcade, there was a Buffalo Nickel logo, and there was running lights all around the sign. And when we went in the Buffalo Nickel Arcade, inside was a Nickelodeon, which is an old 1890s player piano. And we took that name to Mr. Schaefer, and he loved it, and that's how the name Nickelodeon Pizza was born. Even though to this day it's still owned by Roaring 20's, in Colton, when we opened restaurants or in the area like Rialto and some of the little closer locations, we all called them Nickelodeon because that's how we became known in Colton. But pizza, there's 101 different ways to do pizza, and you know, as far as the pizza, I think the biggest thing about our pizza is it has more flavor than most commercial style pizzas. That has a lot to do with, of course, two things: the sauce and the type of cheese we use. So I think, you know, basically our pizzas are definitely more, I would say, flavorful than most. The pepperoni is obviously, I mean, that's everybody's favorite, you know. Our sausage is fresh. It comes from Chicago. We roll our dough fresh every day, and of course the original Roaring 20's Nickelodeon Pizza, that's the cracker. It's like a cracker. We've always had chorizo. It's always been pretty popular. Like I mentioned earlier, originally it was always paired up with jalapenos. People like chorizo and jalapenos. They like that spicy pizza, and it just became what we were known for, and we actually started referring to it as the Colton Classic, because when people would talk about Nickelodeon, they'd always talk about the chorizo and avocado pizza. That's what we became known for. And like I said, when I really noticed it was when we reopened here in 2006. It was a phenomenon. I mean, it was just one after another, chorizo avocado, and people started talking about it and telling people, you know, and people will come in from Norco or Murrieta. Hey, I heard you guys have this great chorizo and avocado pizza. It's like, yeah, you know, that's what we kind of became known for that. One of my favorites is the one we call the South of the Border, and that has chorizo, ground beef, olives, onions, jalapenos on request. That is a really, really good pizza, and you know, we'll make them however you want them. That's what it says right on the menu. We make pizzas to your order. Very rough time in business. Very rough. It's unfortunately, in my opinion, we're in a new normal. As you can see, today we're here on a Tuesday. We're closed. Like many businesses, I know Taco Joe's closed on Wednesdays, Leno's closed on Sundays, and many other businesses are closing one day a week because we don't have enough employees. And it's become very difficult. The customers have become more, I'll put it nicely, demanding. It's just different, and not for the better, in my opinion. And it makes it really rough on our employees because they're doing the best they can. And if you've got customers cussing at them or being rude towards them, nobody should have to put up with that. But to me, those are my people in my restaurant, my employees, and if you disrespect them, you're disrespecting me. You know, and it's unfortunate because so many times people will throw out the Gary card and they'll say, I know Gary. Yeah, I know Gary. And you know, I have to tell you, my friends don't do that. My friends do not pull out the Gary card, you know.